88% of your buyers say they'd use you again, but only 18% actually do. You see that gap? That gap is where your entire business lives, and you're letting it bleed out every single time you close a deal, and then you disappear. And look, I know you don't want to disappear. I just had a whole coaching session on this, and I'm going to help you out with this so that you don't continue to work that way. This is Tristan, Your Daily Real Estate. It's a podcast, it's a show. Let's get into this one. Here's what I want to talk about today in regards to staying in front of people, but connecting with them in a way that feels authentic. What happens after closing? Think about it for me. Think about what you do after closing, because most agents treat closing like the finish line. You hand over the keys, you snap a picture, you post it on Instagram, and then you ghost these people for 2 years and wonder why they used some other agent when they sold. How do I know this? Because I've done it. I had no systems in place. And look, even with our systems in place, one or two sometimes still fall through the cracks, but we're getting better. I've been doing this for 22 years, so I've got to suck at something, right? And this was one that we weren't doing too well at. And now that we have this brokerage, Why Realty, and we're helping our agents do this more, we're filling in those gaps. And that's what I want to talk to you about today, because I want you to show up better. And I can tell you the agents that are succeeding longer term in this business and are making money, even with less transactions happening all across the United States, they're making sure that they're doing this part. They're keeping clients by staying connected with them. So let me give you the system. 6 things to do after closing. Stop listening and go do these. So first one, the home system walkthrough. A week after closing, you go to their house, not to drop off a gift, to actually show them how the house works. And look, I'm not the one that does this. I have our inspector do this. So it doesn't have to be you. But if it's you, it's you. And this is what you do. You show them where the water main shutoff is, where the gas shutoff is, where the electrical panel is, which breaker controls what, where's the furnace filter and what size it is, where the sprinkler timer is. I know I didn't know where the heck that was for our house, where the sewer clean out is, if that's something there. Look, most homeowners don't know any of this. So when you're doing this, I pick the top 5 or 6 that our home inspector goes through. They record it, and then they have it at a place where the homeowner can keep it so they know where these things are. And if something goes crazy, they know where the shutoff is. If something goes awry, they know where these things are located, right? They bought the house and nobody taught them how to operate it. It's a big one, and it falls on you. You become the person who handed them the keys and then taught them how to take care of this thing they bought. And before you tell me I'm not a home inspector, because I do hear that a lot, you don't need to be. You're just pointing at things and saying the name of that thing. That's it. And then you write it down, or you shoot a little video on it and you say, hey, this is how I do it on my house. I'm just helping you out. But more importantly, ask your broker on this one. We have an inspector do this, and we pay him a little bit extra on top of that home inspection, because we know he's going to go out to do this, or she, in this case, because we've got 2, she's going to go out to do this probably 30 days after the close. Second, no cards to the neighbors. I don't do this one, but one of our agents does it extremely well. And they're not from you. They're from the new owners of the home. You show up with a stack of 10 blank note cards and a sheet of stamps. You sit at the kitchen table or wherever with your clients, and you help them write 10 short notes to their neighbors. Hey, I'm Sarah. We just moved to 412 Brilliant Street. Would love to say hi when we see you around. That's it. You drop them into the mailbox together. You know what just happened? Your clients have 10 new connections in the neighborhood where they knew nobody. And every one of those neighbors now knows who their agent is, because your card is inside or somewhere along the lines of this note. So stay with me, because this next one is a connection to this one. If your client says, yeah, I love this, and some clients don't like it, so don't do it. But this is where some agents are like, I don't want to do this. But if they did this one, you better do this next one. It's the third one. Throw them a housewarming party. And I don't mean you pay for a $400 charcuterie board. That's not what I'm talking about. I mean, you offer to plan and host a small gathering at their place 30 to 45 days after they move in, because now all of a sudden you've got these connections that you didn't have because they're coming to this place. Not only the neighbors, because you hand wrote it, and if you knew ahead of time, say, hey, we're going to have a housewarming party. Is that okay with you? Great. I love it. Let me host it for you. I'll bring the food, right? Blah, blah. You can do the other things, blah, 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 blah. This becomes a place that grows your business fast. And you just bring the food, you bring the wine, they invite their friends and their new neighbors. You're there as an agent who helped them buy, and you don't even have to say anything. The new owners, your clients, they're going to let everybody know. You just shake hands. They're going to ask you, hey, how do you know? I've done this one. How do you know Joe? It's like, oh, yeah, I helped him buy the home, right? And you meet everyone. Why? Because let me tell you, this client is going to introduce you to everybody. So you don't have to really do much. Just talk, be friendly. And we get so many referrals from this on the housewarming parties that we're okay investing in this. And it beats out almost everything else that we do. So I would really think about this one. Number 4, the paperwork binder. And this one is really simple. It's what it sounds like it is. And this one to me became more apparent because when I was looking at the stats from NAR for last year, what was it? 46% of buyers last year were boomers and 53% were sellers, but then they sold and they bought, right? Let's get that connection. Now think about this. They usually like things they can hold, right? A binder. And I'm not saying just do a binder. You can also do electronic, but at the closing, buyers walk out with a stack of papers, right? 4 inches thick, or they get it in the mail, escrow docs, closing disclosures, all this crap that's going through email that's lost. And I don't know where it goes, especially the HOA docs. If it's an HOA or the home inspection, it's like, at that point, it's like 400 pages altogether. Well, a week after closing, you show up with a binder, actually make it 2 binders. You separate the escrow and tax documents into one, home warranty and appliance paperwork into another. You label the tabs. You put it on a shelf with their name on it. When tax season hits, they don't call their accountant and panic. They walk to the shelf. When the dishwasher breaks in 7 months, hopefully it doesn't, but they don't call a repair guy and pay, $400, $500 out of pocket. They open the warranty tab and call the number that's already there. You want to know what that binder does? I think you already know at this point, but let me go through with this. It makes you unforgettable. And it's all about that feeling, because what did you just make them feel? Like, damn, working with Tristan is easy. Because every single time they needed something important, you gave it to them, right? And going back to all of these, look at all of how all of these pieces are making them feel. Right? And you could do it digitally too, right? So not just binder, but digital. Number 5, your vendor list. I've been saying this one. I think I tell you once a month on this one. And I have a name for mine. It's called the Local Legends Directory. A real vendor list, not a page that you pull off of Google. You sit down. Hopefully you can, if you haven't done this, listen, do it this month. But you build out a 1-page document. Start with a 1-page document. Your plumber, your electrician, your handyman, your landscaper, your painter, your HVAC guy, or listen, maybe you've got 2 or 3. Hopefully you do. The goal is to have 3 for each, right? So this way you can always recommend 3, but you have their names, their numbers, maybe even what they charge, maybe some reviews, and then you can decide where you put this. Do you have this on a Google Sheet? Do you have this on now a website because you built it out on Claude as a landing page, or what? Now think about this. Again, it's the feeling. When something breaks late at night and your clients don't know who to call, they're going to go to this list, and it's going to make them feel like they can trust these people because I use them. And it also helps your vendors, because now you can reach out to your vendors and ask them for business. I wouldn't as easily ask my past clients for business in the same way, because that authenticity piece, the sincerity, but I'll definitely ask my vendors. You're talking to them, you're adding them to this list, and they're getting business. They're going to send you business. It's a loop. 6th, the 1-year home anniversary. Mark it on your calendar. The day of the closing, exactly 12 months later, you show up. Bring a small gift, something real, nice bottle of olive oil from the local place. Different, right? I'm not talking about a national chain, something local that connects them to the community. I always go to Ragamuffin and I get beans, a cup. They have hats, sweaters, something there. Or I give them a gift card with that and I say, go get the breakfast burrito on Saturday or Sunday. And you hand it to them. That's different. And you also hand them their update on their equity. right? A little different. Gift, here's how your home is doing. Now, you can add whatever you want, comparables to other homes, homes that have sold, what's listed, or what just transpired this year. And here's what your home is probably worth now. Here's the equity. And you built it in 12 months, or hey, it's not doing too well, right? Depending on what market you're in. You're not selling here. You're informing, and you're doing it in a way that connects with them, because you're also saying, congratulations, you've been here a year. I'd like you to try this local place, or here's a local gift. And you're planting a seed because, again, you're making them feel amazing. Because now they know what's up with their home. They also will probably enjoy whatever you gave them. And they know you're paying attention, right? The correlation. And when a cousin is in town, or a friend says something, or family, or whatever, it doesn't necessarily have to be them. They're thinking of you. Now, this is the system. 6 different touches, walkthrough, neighborhood notes, housewarming party, binder, vendor list, and a 1-year update. 88% of your past clients would use you again, but only 18% do. The difference? You know what the difference is. It's how you make people feel after this whole thing is done. So remember, put this into place now. It's all about relationships. Don't wait. You do that and you don't have to chase leads. This is all a relationship-based business, but it's all about how you make people feel. Now, if you learned something here, or you thought this was useful, hit subscribe. If you think somebody else may want to listen to this, send it to that agent in your office or somebody that you're coaching. And if you ever have questions for me, put them in the bottom section in the comment, because I think you're watching on YouTube. And always feel free to reach out to me. I do have a template that I made for this. If you need this outlined, just message me. I'll send it over to you. Have an awesome day.